Hey, how's it going everyone? Justin again as always. Thanks for watching my channel. Today we're talking about my favorite wrenches, the different styles of wrenches that I have, ones that I use at the independent shop, ones that I keep here at the house. We'll talk about some of my favorite likes and dislikes and things like that. Also, if you haven't already checked him out, make sure you check out my boy, Catloco's Garage. He's got a channel. He's actually started this new thing I actually kind of dig. It's called the Junkyard Diaries. It's pretty cool. I just got done checking him, one of his last videos out, and he was going through the junkyard looking for an LS swap that he's getting ready to do. So that's pretty cool. So make sure you guys check out Catloco's Garage. The link will be down in the description. That being said, let's take a look at a variety of wrenches that I have, ones that I use at the independent shop, and ones that I keep here at the house, and what I like about them. Stay tuned. Alright, so up first, I have to give it out to Gear Wrench. This is a 10mm. I picked 10mm for most of them because it was the smallest wrench out of all of them. I could fit it all into one camera frame. This is a 10mm combination wrench with a ratchet end portion on the end, made by Gear Wrench. Absolutely love this style of combination wrench. I've had these for 8 years. Bought these when I first started over at Sears Auto Center because of a fellow tech that was working there at Sears Auto Center. He had them, and during Christmas time, for a full set of SAE and metric, they were $99. I couldn't see any better option to possibly pick. So I picked up the Gear Wrench set and have had them ever since. Use these, abuse these all the time. These stay at the independent shop wherever I'm turning a wrench every single day, day in and day out. These are my go-tos. These are the ones I go to the most. A recent one that I've had for probably about 6 months, about 6 months, have been the Matco double flex heads. That's because I have to get down into some really deep, very tight spots with a weird angle, and I absolutely love these things. I really do. Ratchet end on both sides. In the beginning, I had a couple of dislikes because the 14mm and the 12mm kind of locked up here in the ratchet portion, and I had to warranty out one of them. After that, I've been using them, haven't had any issues with them. So that's why I'm saying I really like these. I had to warranty out one. Maybe it was a flaw, maybe it was a Friday for somebody or a Monday, I don't know. But whatever the case may be, I'm happy with this style of double box end wrench. That's not to say that there aren't other box end wrenches, and we'll get to my next one here that I have. This is from Snap-on. I keep this here at the house. It's a double box end wrench, 0-degree offset. Picked these up on a hot tool buy. I think they were like 275 bucks, something like that. And I love these things, I really do. I don't use them day in and day out at the independent shop. These now stay with me here at the house. I did use them day in and day out at the Chrysler dealership when I worked there, but that was before I bought this flex head double box end wrench. Now this is the one that I keep with me at work, and the others stay here at the house. Still love those things. I figured if I had a DIY project or something that I was doing here on the side and be getting my side hustle on, that these would come in handy and get down into some weird spots. But I started to learn the hard way, if you guys want to talk about that, learning the hard way, that the flex head actually works out a little better for me. Gets down into much more awkward spots, and it still works and holds up. Had no problem with the gears. Another one that I bought, and this is mostly because I was working around the 3.6 and I had certain tight spots that I couldn't fit something quite this long with, and something like this Snap-on stubby that I have here was just not enough angle. I needed more angle than that 5-degree offset that it had on the box end portion. So taking exhaust manifold bolts off, or cat man inverter bolts off with, I needed something that had just a little bit more angle than 5-degree offset, and I was able to do that utilizing this flex head from Matco. Now I didn't buy a full set. I just bought a 10mm, a 13mm, and a 15mm because those are the sizes that I most commonly used at Chrysler. Nowadays, I'm thinking I might actually order the 12mm and the 14mm because now I'm working on Asian and European vehicles at the independent shop. So you got to pick your sizes. I didn't buy the full set because I couldn't afford the full set, and there's only certain fasteners that are in certain awkward spots that I needed it for. So that's why I only bought 3 of them. I did, however, buy a whole rack of these, and I brought just the 10mm with me. But they're made by Sunex, and they're the crow's foot with the 3/8 extension goes on the top. These things end up working out awesome. with power steering lines. Now, not necessarily 10 millimeter, okay? I haven't found a use for the 10 millimeter yet, but I'm sure I will. But at any rate, I did find a use for 18 millimeter, and I've been using them, that one specifically, quite a darn bit. So I love the crow's feet. They do help out. I bought the flare nut style versus the open end wrench style. I have not found a use for the open end wrench style. It's not to say that they're not available and that you can't get them and that they might not help you out in a certain scenario, but I didn't need them. I needed ones that had the flare nut fitting on the end, which is why I went that route, and I got rid of my flare nut wrenches. I no longer have flare nut wrenches. These things work just fine. Between that, a 3/8 extension, and a ratchet, I can get most any power steering line or weird transmission line unhooked and out of the way, so not a big deal. When I was at Sears Auto Center, I did pick up two stubbies. I picked up one 13 millimeter and one 12 millimeter locking flex head stubby ratchet wrench with a combination on it, and these have saved my butt big time. Absolutely love those. Another thing that I used a lot was this style right here for transfer case removal. So these things worked out really well. Also for torque converter bolts. I've used these for torque converter bolts and absolutely love them. Another set that I gotta throw in there just because I've used them and I've had them for over 8 years, my trusty Craftsmans. These Craftsmans hold up very well. Love them to pieces. Couldn't think of a finer wrench, really. They hold up a long time. I don't know if the new ones that are made in China will hold up just as long, but those ones have held up fine for me. Alright guys, so that'll pretty much wrap up my video. Thanks as always for watching. Make sure you hit the thumbs up, share, comment, like, subscribe, all that other good stuff. And again, if you haven't already checked them out, check out Catloco's Garage. The link will be down in the description for you. Thanks as always for watching. Cheers to those of you that have your beers, and enjoy the rest of your work week.